Good afternoon guys. Ngayon ay September 3. Sobrang bilis ng panahon, bare months na. So papalapit na tayo talaga sa Kapaskuhan. Okay? Video number 150 ko na ito. By the way, kung papanoorin po ninyo mula ngayon hanggang sa dulo, tulong na lang po ninyo sa watch hour ko. Itong video na ito ay tungkol ulit sa malimit kong feature o video tungkol sa Gospel and Homily ni Father Anton City Pascual, ang presidente ng Radio Veritas 846. Okay? By the way, ngayon ay Sunday, 22nd Sunday in Ordinary Time, National Catechetical Month din. On the Cross and Discipleship. Okay, ngayon ang tema ngayong araw na ito. May oras pa kayo magsimba mamiyang 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ngayon ay linggo, kailan dumalo sa magsimba. Yung sinabi kong mga oras ay sa San Felipe Neri Parish yun. Okay, may oras pa kayo. Kaya nakaganyan na ako, kasi ready to serve na rin ako. Magsaserve ako sa EDSA Shangri-La Mall or St. Padre Pio Chapel. Doon ako magsaserve. Pagkabalik ko, landun na ako sa Shangri-La Mall. Okay?
So guys, nandito na ako sa Shangri-La Mall. Kaya mahina ng boses ko kasi marami ng tao na sa likod ko. Nagdadasal na. Ngayon 22nd Sunday in Ordinary Time. National Catechetical Month for the month of September. And the theme of the day is on the cross and discipleship. Okay, pagbalik ko nasa Gospel and Homily ng Father Anton City Pascual. Okay, kaya huwag magkalimutan magsimba. Okay, ngayon ay Sunday.
Our Mass presenter for this evening is Reverend Father Anton Gospel.
According to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer greatly from the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised. Then Peter took Jesus aside and began to rebuke him. God forbid, Lord, no such thing shall ever happen to you. He turned and said to Peter, Get behind me, Satan. You are an obstacle to me. You are thinking not as God does, but as human beings do. Then Jesus said to his disciples, Whoever wishes to come after me must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. For whoever wishes to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. What profit would there be for one to gain the whole world and forfeit his life? Or what can one give in exchange for his life? For the Son of Man will come with his angels in his Father's glory, and they will repay all according to his conduct. Church of Sham, the gospel of our salvation.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Good evening, Sean. Quiet evening. Thanks be to God. Let's talk about the National Catechetical Month. Let's talk about something about our catechesis as we look into the beautiful teachings in the gospel. But allow me to focus on the gospel of Matthew chapter 16 and this intriguing passage in verse 24, 26, 27. What profits a man if he gains the whole world but loses his very life? What can a man exchange for his life? Very intriguing. What profits a man even if he gains the whole world? All the power and the glory and the pleasure and the wealth of the world, but you lose your soul. You lose your life. What can you exchange for your life? What can you exchange for your life? So let's talk about life as we know it, as we face the 21st century with post-truth environment. Do we still have a meaningful life? The challenge is to John 10:10. I came to give life in all its fullness. And the challenge of fullness is the challenge of meaningfulness. Does your life have meaning in this world? Do you still have a meaningful life? A purposeful life? As a matter of fact, as a family, as a professional, as an entrepreneur, do you still have a meaningful life? Because in the world today, there's so much crisis of meaning, especially in the young people. If you're not aware of what's happening in the world today, you might get a shock of your life. Don't you know that suicide is on the rise worldwide? There's a crisis of meaning among the young people, and we have to be aware of that. The suicide is going up by 37% since the year 2000 to 2022. 37% rise in suicide worldwide, especially in developed countries, rich countries. Number 4 in the top 10 countries with high rate of suicide is South Korea. Number 4. And in Japan, one of the richest, well-developed country in the world today, there's so much problem with suicide among the young people. As a matter of fact, the number 1 cause of death of young people in Japan is suicide. Japan? Suicide. For the male, it's around 20 to 40 years old. High level of suicide among male, 20 to 40 years old, very young. Male Japanese. And for the women, it's 15 to 34. Napakataas ng level of suicide among young people in Japan. There's a place in Mount Fuji na binabatay ng mga pulis. Bakit? Doon nagsuicide yung mga kabataan. Doon nagpupunta para mag-suicide. Kaya daw sa Japan, I remember a priest educator went to Japan and tried to study the educational system. Yung mga building, mga school buildings sa Japan, pero mga net in every floor. Yung mga net. Bakit? Tumatuloy yung mga bata. Ano yun that? Kaya let us try to be aware of a lot of people around the world experiencing meaninglessness. Wala nang kahulugan, wala nang kabuluhan ng buhay nila. And of course, as you know that, some resort to drugs. Pagkataas po ng users of opioids, especially in America. My God, the richest country in the world, the most powerful country in the world, almost 1 million died of overdose of drugs. Legal, prescribed drugs, and of course, as you know, illegal drugs like fentanyl. Painkiller. Why do you have to take drugs in order to get rid of pain? Something's wrong somewhere. So where is it coming from? This meaninglessness of life, this crisis of meaning, according to the experts in the Catholic Church, philosophers, theologians, ethicists. It's rooted in 2 things. Be aware of these 2 things. Very dangerous mindset. and culture. The first is what you call the scientism. Scientism. Can you say that? Scientism. Scientism. Well, we're not against science. We love science, by the way. The church loves science. Science did a lot of discovery and development in the world. We're not against science. We're against scientism. It's different from science. Scientism is reducing everything to what is knowable and scientifically probable. Kailangan to see is to believe. If I don't see it, I don't believe. Kailan lahat must be reduced to something material. It can be touched, it can be measured, it can be evaluated, it can be controlled. Always remember, not everything in the world we can control. Not everything in the world we can know. Not everything in the world we can take hold. Yung mga bagay na we just have to trust God. Yung mga bagay that you have to let go and let God. There are many things that you cannot measure. Spiritual things, cosmic realities that you cannot measure. Not everything that can be measured. That's why there's a lot of atheists in the world today. Is there God? What is the evidence of God? There's no God. There's no time in the world history that there's so many atheists in the world today. Napakaraming atheists. Because of scientism. Because they reduce everything to what can be evaluated, scientifically investigated. And the other dangerous thing is what you call the culture of self-invention. The culture of self-invention. I'd rather aware of that. What is the culture of self-invention? Well, each of its own. We define reality on our own. Kaya may mga kabataan, hindi na nakikinig sa magulang. Hindi na nakikinig sa mga elders. No? Hindi na sila naniniwala sa mga pinagsasabi ng mga tao sa nakaraan. Okay? I define what is my reality. I define what is good, what will make me happy. It's the culture of self-invention. But there's nothing wrong with knowing oneself. But if you look at life according to your own perspective, subjective, then you will get lost. Somewhere, somehow. Kaya they fail, kapag sila'y nakamali, kapag sila'y natapa, they cannot recover anymore. They cannot recover anymore. That's why they resort to suicide and drugs and vices, left and right. So there's a crisis of meaning. So the challenge is, how do you find meaning? What makes life meaningful? What profits a man against the whole world but loses his life? So what makes one's life meaningful? Well, just remember, according to our Catholic teaching, to make your life meaningful, you need to have a purposive. That's the word, purposive. Can you see that? Purposive. Purposeful. You're conscious about it. Intentional, deliberate relationship with values. You need to have a relationship with values. A deliberate, intentional, conscious relationship with values, which is outside yourself, that you need in your life in order to have a meaningful life. Mga values, mga pinagpapahalagaan. According to Hildebrand, a Catholic philosopher and ethicist, there's a difference between objective value and subjectively satisfying. There's a difference. Always remember that. Subjectively satisfying with something that is objectively valuable. Ano yung subjectively satisfying? Yung mga type mo. Type mong pagkain, itong type ko, kaya mo hindi mo type, pero type ko. Type kong pagkain, type kong tao, type kong bilhin, type kong puntahan, type kong Panginoon. It really depends upon your subjective, what is subjectively satisfying to you. There's nothing wrong with that. But do not depend on that. Do not base everything on that. Because there is such thing as something that is objectively valuable. May mga bagay na kahit ayaw mo, totoo. May mga bagay na kahit ayaw mo, mabuti. May mga bagay na kahit ayaw mo, maganda. And that is what we call objectively valuable. There is something that is true, good and beautiful, that is objectively valuable. Like the truth of golden rule, whether you like it or not. Golden rule is a basic rule of human relationship. Naman ang gawin mo sa kapwa mo, yun din ang gagawin nila sa iyo. There are something that is objectively valued, which is aesthetic truth, based on truth, as taught us by philosophers like Plato and Socrates and Aristotle. They taught us about truth and what is just, that is objectively valuable. Whether you like it or not, it is valuable. It is true. The second is moral good. There's something that there are things that are morally good, like martyrs, like Maximilian Kolbe, offering his life to save another prisoner during the Nazi concentration camp. He offered his life to save a man with a family. That is morally good. Whether you like it or not, kung paghahandog ng sarili, maliligtas yung kapwa, it is something that is morally good. I remember this, hindi ko pa tapos panoorin, there is a movie, documentary in Netflix entitled 100 Years. Ito po yung Blue Zones. Yung Blue Zones, ito yung mga bansa all over the world, 5 areas all over the world, na yung mga tao, mga tanda, to the level of 100, mga centenarians, mga 80, 90, 100, and they're very strong, they're not sick, they're working, they're planting, they're cutting trees. Kaya yung si Butler na nag-investigate, pinuntahan niya ito mga bansa ito. Was very curious. That is good, something good. Di ba? Tumatanda, 80, 90, 100 na walang sakit. Nagkatrabaho, nagpa-party, di ba? Nagtatanim. Hindi natin, ang alam natin, pag mo na 80, 90, 100, retired ka na. O hindi, paralyzed ka na. Hindi, patay ka na. Pero meron palang mga ganyan, mga blue zones all over the country. That is morally good. Morally good to know that. And of course, aesthetic value. Yung mga bagay na talagang maganda. Have you heard of the 7th Symphony of Beethoven? Maganda talaga yan. Especially the 2nd Concerto of Rachmaninoff. Isa meron tayong mga pinapakinggang music. Di ba meron tayong pinapakinggang mga music? Meron tayong pinagpapahalaga ng mga painting, Mona Lisa, Sistine Chapel. Mga talaga yan. That's beautiful things. Talagang generally, we look at that as something objectively valuable. So what is the challenge for us? The more we relate, always remember, to these objectively valuable things, the more we are drawn to it, the more we search for it, the more we are attracted to it, the more we want to imitate it, the more you will find meaning and purpose in life. Kapag hinahanap natin ng talagang mga totoo, mabuti at maganda sa ating kapaligiran, dito nagkakaroon ng kahulugan at kabuluhan ang buhay natin. Objectively valuable. And as religion, and for religious value, kapag tinaas pa po natin yan, what is true, good, and beautiful, if we search for the ultimate truth, if we search for the ultimate good and ultimately beautiful, then we reach that Sumobonom. The highest value is what you call Sumobonom. Can you say that? Sumobonom. The highest value, the supreme good, Sumobonom. The perfection of what is true, the perfection of what is good, the perfection of what is beautiful. And of course, we know that the Sumobonom, the highest value, is no other than God. There is this survey all over the world. Meron pong survey all over the world. Na tinanong ang mga tao all over the world. And 81% said that no person is an accident in the world. We are here with a purpose. Lahat po tayo ay nilikha sa mundong ito with a purpose. Do you believe that? Yes. Walang accident. 81% says we all have a purpose in this world. We're not all accidents. At ang sabi sa research din, that one of the great values, isang napakahalagang pinagpapahalagahan ng lahat ng tao. Pinagpapahalagahan ng lahat ng tao, pamilya. Pamilya. Yan ang pinagpapahalagahan. Kaya tayo trabaho, negosyo, kumakain araw-araw, gumigising araw-araw, because we value our family. Even bad people, value their family. Nanonood tayo mga Godfather, mga soprano, they value their family. But family is not yet the highest value. It's valuable, yes. Loving your family is valuable, but it's not yet the highest value. Another is love of country. Love of country is a objectively valuable thing. Pagmahal sa bansa, maglingkod sa mga mahihirap, tulungan ng mga nangangailangan. But it's not yet the highest value. And that's why meron daw hierarchy of values. Merong hierarchy of values. And the highest value that we can relate to, that will give meaning and purpose in life, is relate to God, the Sumobonom, the highest value in our lives. So let us try to reflect on this. There's a crisis of meaning in the world because we lost touch of what is objectively valuable. And in our faith, we lost touch of the highest value, who is God. So what do we do? Ang limbawa natin as we leave our church this Mass, when we go home, what do we do? How do we develop meaningfulness of life every day? Every day, how do we invest in a meaningful life every day? Number one, according to the Catholic Catechism, first is look for someone to love. You have to get out of yourself. Get out of your self-preoccupation and focus your attention to the other. And that is what you call loving the other. To will the good of the other. The more you love outwardly and not self-obsessed, the more you will find meaning and purpose in life. Especially when you do your apostolate, when you help the poor, help those in need, you go out of your comfort zone, get out of your self-preoccupation. The more you look into the needs of the other, the more you will find meaning and purpose in life. That's why the first challenge is love. Love is to will the good of the other. The second way to have a meaningful life is to look for something beautiful. Look for something beautiful. Hindi naman kailangan malaki or grandiose. Kahit mga maliit na bagay, the beauty of the small things. And be grateful to that. The beauty of small things. The beauty of relationship, the beauty of nature. Try to appreciate the beauty of creation around you. Small and big things. You will find meaning and purpose in life. And lastly, the third way in order for our life to be meaningful is look up to powerful witnesses. Meron po tayong mga tradition in the Catholic Church that can inspire us to find meaning and purpose in life, like the Catholic intellectuals. Read the life of St. Augustine, St. Thomas Aquinas, the intellectual, the wisdom tradition of the Church. So that you may find meaning and purpose in life. That's what I do. I read a lot. That gives me, that inspires me. Pag ako nagbabasa ng mga lives of great men and women, especially saints, the intellectual saints. It gives you inspiration and meaning in life. Number two, we need Catholic martyrs. Look at the lives of Catholic martyrs. In order for us to imitate their holiness, their love for God, their strong faith, like our Lorenzo Ruiz, like Anton, the power of their faith. Let us be inspired by that to find meaning and purpose in life. And of course, mahalaga din, I try to look for beautiful things. Mga gawa ni Michelangelo, ni Donatello, mga great artists, paintings, music, that will inspire you to have a meaningful life. So brothers and sisters, what profits a man if he gains the whole world but loses his life? God doesn't want us to lose our lives. God wants us to have the fullness of life. And the way to the fullness of life is to have a meaningful life every day with God's grace. Amen. Let us all.
Salamat pala sa pag-review ninyo mula kanina hanggang ngayon. Ang ganda ng explanation ni Father Anton tungkol sa meaning of life. Meaning of life. Binigay niya ng 3 points, diba? Ang ganda ng pag-explain niya. So, very meaningful yung life talaga para sa atin. In Jesus' name, diba? So, sa muli natin pagkikita, don't forget to like, share, and hit the notification bell with the all button. And please do comment down there kung ano masasabi niyo sa video ito. And please do subscribe my YouTube channel and follow me on my TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Sa muli natin pagkikita, Shalom Aleichem.
Hey guys, it's Echo and I'm with Luis Santos. Yo, check out this vlog.
Thank you.